First Alert meteorologist Amy Sweezy joining us now. And Amy, we're seeing some rain right now.
Absolutely. This cold front that will bring cold air is bringing rain to us first. In fact, it's already raining in parts of Marion County. We've got some downpours over the forest that are stretching back into Sumter County along I-75 and the Turnpike. This line of heavy rain over the villages is moving to the northeast and will be in the Leesburg area within the next 20 minutes. It'll be moving into Sumterville here well, it's already the leading edge there, and the rest of that heavy rain will continue rolling through in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Now, this is just the beginning. Notice there is another line of showers and even some thunderstorms embedded in here that we'll likely see as all of this rain rolls through central Florida this afternoon. Now, the clouds are already starting to spill over, but boy, is it a warm afternoon out ahead of the rain. It's only in the 60s where we have the clouds and showers, but we're already at 82 in Orlando, 81 in Melbourne with those winds quite breezy coming in out of the south-southwest, and that is sending all of the heat over toward the coast, which means we still could climb a few more degrees before the rain arrives in Brevard County. Through the evening hours, we'll see more showers and storms that will eventually taper off. We'll talk more about the cold air that will arrive behind this rain coming up in just a few minutes. So as we get into the afternoon, we have both of our sea breezes coming in and then lots of deep moisture, which means those showers and storms will fire up. Time frame about 3 to 8 p.m. That's going to be the best timing for seeing the bigger storms form. We'll have so much deep moisture that we will have a few downpours and some higher rain amounts. Frequent lightning expected, of course, inside the storms, and then strong to severe wind gusts are possible. Like yesterday, we had a couple of those severe thunderstorms. We may do that again today. So make sure you've signed up for alerts at WESH.com. Make sure you've got batteries in your weather radio and you are prepared, especially if you're out and about for those storms later today. Little bit of rain may form up and down the coast in the early afternoon before the sea breeze starts to push inland. But once it does push in, we're done with the rain at the beaches and the storm focus will be inland. In fact, you'll see that here on Futurecast. 1 o'clock today, couple of small little areas of rain. But then once we get to 3, notice how the showers move in. And then from I-95 over toward the coast, we're done with the rain. So if you're beach bound today, you'll be mostly sunny. You will get that breeze coming in. And then into the evening hours, that is when we'll have the bigger storms as our sea breezes collide in our inland spots. Through sunset, we still have some storms, but once we lose the heat of the day and get into the late night, the storms will begin to die down and will be partly cloudy overnight. Kind of things. I am tracking the tropics again this morning. Southern Gulf, what was left of Boris, area of low pressure moving up into the southern Gulf. It is now gotten a number. It is called an invest. It's the first one we've had in the Atlantic now that it's moved into the Gulf. It's moving north now and then eventually heads west. Not expecting any impacts on Florida. Looks like we'll have 2 separate things going on now. All week long we've been talking about this low maybe coming closer. Well, now it looks like this low is actually going to push to the west. So what is an invest? It's just this general area of low pressure. National Hurricane Center puts a number on it. This one is 90, and then the numbers go up to 99 before we start over. It's not a tropical depression. It's not a tropical storm. We just start collecting the data, start processing it, taking a look at it closely. Now, next week, remember we were talking about that low coming this way? Well, it still looks like some kind of low pressure is going to form here and make its way closer to us, to South Florida. That's Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Lots of time to watch it. We'll keep an eye on it, but we may see an increase in our chance for rain by Wednesday, maybe Thursday of next week.
Your First Alert weather now. If you've got lunch plans this Wednesday afternoon, you may want to make them inside. It's a little cool out there still, Amy.
Right. Not only because it's chilly, but your napkins will be blown all over the place. You have to hit everything down. It is so windy, and it's going to stay gusty, especially the closer you are to the coast right through the afternoon. Take a look at the numbers from this morning. It was a cold start, but we did not break any records. However, look at Melbourne. We got 1 degree away from that record low. That was 44, set actually last year on this date. Today we dropped to 45. Orlando was 45, Daytona Beach 43, but you can see the records were in the 30s. Now, even though we didn't break any records, we were way below average. We are supposed to be in the mid to upper 50s at the end of March for morning lows. And of course, the last several days we've been in the 60s. So this was a little bit of a shock to the system if you were out and about early this morning, not only because it was so cold, but of course the wind chills were awfully low too. Now, take a look at where we are right now. It is noon. afternoon, and we are only in the 50s across the area. In fact, Palm Coast has just now hit 50 degrees. It's only 52 at Daytona Beach, 55 in Orlando. We're at 54 in Kissimmee and 58 degrees right now in Melbourne. Check out these recent wind gusts too. Winds are coming in out of the north. These gusts 23 miles per hour recently at Cocoa Beach, 22 in Melbourne, 21 at Daytona Beach, and 20 Palm Coast. So it is breezy and it's going to stay breezy. It's also very dry. This is another thing I wanted to show you. This is the dew point. Now, the dew point has to do with how much moisture is in the air. You get into July, August, it's really humid, it's really sticky. The dew points are in the 70s, like mid to upper 70s. Today, the dew points are in the teens and 20s. This is really dry air. So that is what is moving in. Not only cool air, but it's very dry. Humidity levels extremely low, especially for Central Florida for March. Now, we will continue to climb from where we are now. Over the next several hours, all that sunshine will bring us up into the low to mid 60s. However, the gusty winds won't allow us to get back to normal, which of course is upper 70s for today's date. If you're headed to the beach, of course, it's spring break. Lots of folks in town visiting. Just a couple of things to keep in mind. First, wear your sunscreen, because when the wind is this cool, you forget how intense the sun can be. So easy to get a sunburn today. We've got full sunshine, but the surf is a little bit rough still. Small craft advisory through the afternoon, and we've had some pretty strong rip currents the last few days. That will be the case again this afternoon with the outgoing tide, and that happens in the late afternoon today. 66 is where we're headed in Longwood and Oviedo today. 67 in Winter Park in Orlando. Lots of sunshine, breezy, dry. 62 Ocala and Salt Springs. 64 in Eustis and 65 in Claremont. We've got our winds out of the northeast. We'll stay breezy, climb to the 60s, and then tomorrow clouds will start to build in and it's going to be warmer. So if you just absolutely love this cool day today, get outside, enjoy it while you can, because we are back in the 70s tomorrow. And if you're not a fan of the cold weather, then just wait, because look at this. We're back to 80 by Friday. There is a chance for some rain Friday and Saturday. It's not going to be a total washout, although we won't see a whole lot of sunshine, but we'll have scattered showers and a few storms for Friday and for Saturday.
Florida. I've seen a lot of the sharks and the dolphins. They always follow the boats, Amy.
And the whole letting them go, probably a good idea.
Probably a good idea. A lot of people are going to be out on the boat again today.
Yes, there are people at the beach, I'm sure, right now. So if you are, you probably can see some of those storms off in the distance. You're going to probably have to call it early in a couple of spots today, especially compared to the last couple of days when we haven't had any storms at the coast at all. But now today we have a whole different setup. We've had some early clouds. We've got showers and storms already popping on the radar. Take a look here and you can see along I-75 to the west and along I-95 to the east, we are already seeing some heavy rain, some thunder, some lightning. This line of rain here, this cluster of storms that is right along I-75 in Marion County, heading over into Bellevue in the next 10 minutes. So by the time we get to about 12:30, there's more thunderstorms and lightning clustered around Rutland, right along 44, I-75 and the Turnpike in Sumter County. This is all making its way to the east at about 20 miles per hour. So you can see this heavy little shower here that will be moving over into Fruitland Park and Leesburg here in the next, say, 20-25 minutes. Edgewater, you're about to get a soaking from these showers and storms that are just back to the west of you. 12:25 at 12:41, these storms will be in Bethune Beach, and then we'll have more rain down through Oak Hill here within the next 20 minutes as well. Brevard County, you've got the showers and storms too from I-95 over to the Cape. So again, yesterday we didn't see much rain east of I-95. The sand stayed dry because that sea breeze moved in. Today, there is no sea breeze. We have these gusty southwest winds, so it is pushing all of that moisture to the coast. It is allowing these showers and storms to fire up. Melbourne, Palm Bay, look at this cluster of lightning here for you. Rain coming down at 2 and 3 inches per hour. So that is some heavy rain that we have already. In between the rain showers, we've got some clouds, but a little bit of sunshine. So that little bit of sun and those southwest winds still bringing our temperatures up. We're at 86 in Sanford, 85 Orlando, and 84 in Kissimmee. So temperatures will continue to climb, but we will see these showers and storms. So obviously you'll climb, then you get some storms, your temperature drops, and then once the rain ends for you, the temperature back up. So we kind of get a fluctuation with those numbers today. But look at Futurecast. From now through 3 o'clock, we will continue to see more showers and storms developing. moving up and down the East Coast, back to our inland areas, and notice how it all makes its way over to the coast as we head through the evening commute. So especially tonight between 5 and 7 p.m., Flagler, Volusia, Brevard counties, you will be dealing with the potential for some strong to even severe wind gusts, and these storms will be with us right through the evening. Once we get past sunset, those storms begin to die down and we quiet out for the overnight, and then we'll do it all again tomorrow. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. You'll see our storms are going to continue to push to the east through Friday when they form, but then Saturday and Sunday we'll get that sea breeze back, Stuart, so that means the beaches should be nice for the weekend.